Football League. Dyson Baker to get us underway here in the second quarter. Norwood currently leading Balwyn by 11 points. Quarter time, Division 1 Tuesday Grand Final.
Thanks very much, Paul Simitzidis. All set. Second quarter action here on AFL Game Day. Umpire Dan Beard sets the ball aloft. Great tap down there from Jonathan Wynn. Well, it'll be Balwyn to get the first possession of this second term. Running into a bit of trouble there was Gilchrist. Silky Skills, though, gets out of trouble. Gets it off to Weatherald. Weatherald out of wing. Keeps up toward, finds a teammate there in Tregear. Tregear gets around one, now sends it in towards the forward 50. Hard up against the boundary line and goes over the boundary line and out of bounds.
They don't like coming back through the middle, I think, Balwyn. You can see that the whole time. They're not willing to take that risk through the middle in case of the turnover to get it to that good Norwood forward line.
Watson Wynn go at it once again. Held up right on the paint of 50. Dan Beard very happy to get on the whistle quickly then. We'll ball it up once again. Tapped down there by Wynn. Trying to get it away under a fair bit of pressure there, Poynton. And held up. So a little bit of a lull in the first minute of this one. Yes, both these sides just try and work each other out for the second time this afternoon. And it's held up once again.
Dyson, it should be mentioned that 9 scoring shots to 3 in the first quarter in favour of Norwood. They I wouldn't say they've wasted the breeze, but there was a few opportunities that seriously could have been capitalised on them, and there was a Mr. Williams that comes to mind, and I think they should probably be about 6 to 10 points in front more than what they are.
That's a very fair call. We've finally got a bit of a clearance. Great work there from Gilchrist. Gets it inside forward 50, looking for Broadhurst. Bottom of the pack there was Pendlebury. Couldn't do much about it. Still trying to work it forward. Watts hard up against the tackle. Great work trying to get it out there, O'Regan. And ball spills over the boundary line and out of bounds. Once again, both these sides just getting into each other. There's little spot fires going on all around the ground at the moment. Ball thrown in once again. 45 round from the Balwyn goal right in front of the scoreboard. And a free kick's going to be plucked out. It'll go the way of the Norsemen.
So 2 minutes gone here in the second term. 11 points is the margin. Norwood have the lead. Kick by John O'Wind. Up towards the wing position. It held up, really. It looked like it really held up in a breeze there. Mark's been taken out there by Goldsack. It's one of my most important players today, Goldsack. Short passes on. They've moved it up to the half-forward line now. Mark's been
too wide, I think.
Yeah, they have been moving it wide, haven't they, Seymour? And they let themselves down exactly like that. The kick was intended for Shane Tregear, and it goes over the boundary line out of bounds on the full. Matty Bate to bring the ball back in.
We played 3 minutes here in the second quarter, and the whole 3 minutes have been played on the far side of the ground, exclusively in that pocket on that half-forward flank, basically, in front of the Trojan workhorse.
Doing a man with glasses, no favours as the ball goes up towards the wing position. David Johnson takes the mark and he unleashes straight away. The kick goes up towards the half-forward line now. McCormack, he was hot to trot, got the little handball out wide here. Breaking his way through was Poynton on the left boot. A scrambly old kick goes in towards the English direction. It tumbled through his legs. He went after it again and seen over the boundary line and out of bounds by Toby Ryan. We'll have a bounce about 50 metres out from the Norwood goals.
He's been okay. The man they call Fingers, one of Brad Henderson's favourites, had about 6 or 7 touches in the first quarter and seems to influence the game.
High to bring it back in. Watson Wynn. It's a nice little knock on there by Wynn, getting a handle on it. O'Sullivan, he goes after the football again, right on his hammer there. He's Hardiman and Cross. Handball out wide. Johns over the top of the football there. Jessup. They're keeping the ball alive here. Poynton's in there, so too McCubbin. He hit the deck. He's just trying to scoop out a handball there. Cross was there, Matty Bate as well. Balwyn, they're going to link up through the middle here and clear it out, you would think. Hardiman on hands and knees out wide. It's a hot football at the moment. This was Gilchrist. Handball over the top looking in for Weatherly. He was hot. He was a fantastic bit of play there. He picked the football up, kicked it out towards the wing position where he spotted up Fraser. He went backwards to go forwards, but it was a smart option, and the kick spotted up Hardiman in the middle of the ground. He was almost trying to release the football then and expected a 25-metre penalty. Even Taylor Gilchrist was riding shotgun, and he kicked it up towards the half-forward line. Bouncing football. Broadhurst was there. He couldn't quite pick up the pill, but they get another chance as the ball goes spin inside forward 50, and an absolute cracker mark has been taken out there by Shane Tregear, and he'll go back and have a shot from about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
I think that was actually for Barker, but he's lobbed in front of him. And there's also been a change down in the back half, and that Jared Wright's gone back onto Luke Williams. So that's been
I saw
a change
that.
up. So Pendlebury not there in that back half at the moment for Balwyn.
So Shane Tregear has kicked a lot of goals this season, but this is an important kick, and that is a straight kick, and you heard the crowd in the background get right behind that one. That's his first goal of the afternoon, and Balwyn, well, they're kicking straight today, aren't they? 4 straight, 24 on the Bendigo Bank score, but they're within 5 points, Grant Soupy Campbell, 4-5, 29 Norwood.
And it's been all Balwyn with the ball this quarter. They have 27 disposals, Norwood just the 7.
Well, that's where that slight breath of wind, it's been there all day. I did see the 19s and the reserves, and the left of screen has been the scoring in, but only just. It seems to just getting a little bit stronger now as we move into the late afternoon. It's dropped a couple of degrees as well, so it is the winter conditions that we've been used to all year just about.
Ball back in the middle once again. This time tapped down by Rennie Watts. Ball going nowhere though. Held up between both Watts and Wynn on that occasion. Jason Herman throws it all off once again. This time Rennie Watts gets the tap out. English gets his handball away. Finds a teammate there and couldn't quite get the kick away. And it's a good mark taken there by Weatherall.
He's having a fantastic game.
Just found enough space so far this afternoon, Weatherall. Dangerous kick, but it's found its target in cross. Cross centre wing, commentary side, now kicks towards the forward 50. Goebel's the intended target. Hill had him covered. Plenty of space on the ground. Great work there from Fraser. Gets it inside forward 50. And I have to pay that, umpire. Broadhurst mark wasn't paid. Hill gets it away, finds a teammate there in Newman.
Oh, my God.
Too short. Barker a chance, gets his handball away. Under a lot of pressure there, Broadhurst gave it over. And Newman a chance. Just clears away under a fair bit of pressure. And a great mark taken there by Connor O'Sullivan. Just been dukes all afternoon. Has the ball on half back, kicks up towards centre wing. Bait the intended target. Goes over his head. Nice punch there from Milhusen. Hard up against the boundary line. That ball's going nowhere. True centre wing out of side.
They've just lost their structure a little bit, Norwood. The problem is they're not getting their hands on the
Yeah, it's spot on. I was about to say that, Davo. That's the main problem. I mean, you can't do much with the footy when the opposition have it.
4-5-29, Norwood plays Balwyn 4 straight 24. Holmes clears out towards the forward 50, but it's cut off once again. Keatle this time on half back for the Tigers. Kicks right into the middle of Bayswater Oval. Got a run coming from Gilchrist, who gets it inside forward 50. Barker's found a bit of space and takes the mark about 40 metres out from goal. And can line up and, believe it or not, put Balwyn in front for the first time this afternoon.
And there's the difference at the moment, the way Balwyn, they've gone through the middle the last 2 times and bang, they've hit targets. So it's a different way that they're playing their football this quarter.
So,
Barker got hit lace out, and Jesse Newman's not going to stop that.
Luke Barker to put Balwyn in the lead for the first time this afternoon. Sends it on its way and sends it right through for one behind. The first blemish on the scoreboard for Balwyn. They move on a 4-1-25. They trail Norwood 4-5-29. 8 minutes gone, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
The thing with Jesse Newman, he's so good one-on-one. We saw him awesome in a contest against Jason Eagle early on in the year, so that's certainly his game. He'll struggle to keep up with Barker on the lead, especially if the ball comes in like it did.
Well, the kick's made its way up to the wing position. O'Sullivan took the grab, but it's gone over the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. Geordie Buckingham just stopping play for the time being, just letting Johnny Milhusen know that it's his kick to take. Smack bang in the middle of Bayswater Oval, and the kick goes up towards Broadhurst. He's certainly presenting today. Got Goebels on a lead. Barker presents now in a very short one.
Top of the goal scorer, McCutcheon.
Really indecisive there, but the short pass is on, and just in the nick of time, it's been
perfect.
Marked inside the line by Shane Tregear.
Norwood got great defensive structures here. They've really blocked up all the space.
See Stewie Hill on the mark. Starting with a wide berth. Shane Tregear with enough purchase, he could nearly slot this one. Well, he wanted to kick it to the top of the goal square. It's going all the way. Still alive. Picked up by Declan. He's trying to rush the football. That's a ripper tackle by Matty Shepherd right on the goal line, and we'll have a bounce.
That's poor defence by Norwood. You don't try and keep the ball in that situation. That should have been a rush behind.
Well, fall the ball. They've got themselves out of here through Weatherall. Grubber kick goes out wide and over the boundary line and out of bounds. Speaking of the boundary, let's cross down there now. Thanks to Life Care, Aaron Kirby Rodia.
Boys, now John Millhausen's come off with a left hamstring. Now he's getting it massaged. Still, Chris Pendlebury's still sitting on the bench. He hasn't even stood up this quarter, so we'll keep an eye, but it doesn't look good.
No, it certainly doesn't. You need fit players out on the park. The high flyer there was Wynn, got it down. Holmes, looping handball. He's done a lot of those this afternoon, but that worked out well. Jessup on the right boot, kicks it into the middle of the ground. It'll be a downfield free kick. So Norwood, they've moved it up into the centre. It's with O'Sullivan. Swings the ball out wide. Mark's been taken out there by Bull.
It's Jared Wright with the job on Williams now.
Yep, as mentioned by Davo early in the term. Kicks up by McCormack. He couldn't quite pick the football up. Nicely done by Jordan. He went outside the 50 so they could set themselves up again and kick it towards that Williams direction. But so Sullivan in front, and he's, like you said, Dyson Baker, his jukes are certainly on this afternoon.
Just clunked everything all afternoon.
That was actually a really strong mark because he was a little bit out of position. His body position wasn't great and just put him up, and that's a crucial grab, and this could be a steadying goal for them.
Well, they certainly need it, don't they? Just to stem the flow. O'Sullivan leans over it and puts it straight over the goal umpire's hat. That was a very good shot on goal. Norwood get their 5th on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, moving them to 5-5-35 at the 11-minute mark of this second term. It is Balwyn 4-1-25, 10-point margin. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Although Norwood trailed inside 57-3, they'll be very happy with their work at the stoppages because they lead the hit-outs 9-2 and they're leading the clearances 6-2.
That big Johnny Wynn, every time he gets in the ruck, they seem to just gain ascendancy. And that was the settler they needed. Luke Barker kicked the settler at the other end for Balwyn in the first quarter, and O'Sullivan obliging there. So maybe they might just be able to calm down now again and wrestle the momentum back from Balwyn.
Gilchrist gets the clearing kick out for Balwyn, up towards half forward. Nice mark taken there by Ava. Ava kicks wide and long. They're just taking control at the moment now, slowly working the ascendancy back Norwood. They get it up towards centre wing. We give it team a wrap and they turn it over. Gold sack. And that kick wasn't flash. It's gone out of bounds.
How'd that happen?
That was very poor, wasn't it, for an experienced player?
Certainly was. So it'll be Matty Bate. No, it won't. It'll be McCubbin to take the free kick. Out of side, kicks short, finds McCormack. Matty McCormack out of side, out of side wing, I should say. It'll be a free kick paid off the ball, going the way of Norwood, and it looks like it's going to go the way of Justin Gould. So Gould right on the man of the mark, right on the paint of 50. So with ease, they've made it inside the forward 50, and with ease, they'll let it go once again. Barker, a long way from home, will pick up right on defensive 50. Got his handball away to McCutcheon, up towards centre wing. Hardiman got caught in back position. Under a lot of pressure here will be de Klerk. Got it away. Now gets it back. Up towards Bate. They're just working in within a telephone box here. Great tackle there on Matty Ava. Umpire Jason Herman said he got the handball away. And now it's held up right in front of the Choose Tap Footy AFL blue ribbon logo on the ground. 3 sponsors in one hit. Try that.
Bang, bang, bang.
Holmes gets it towards the forward 50. Rhett Jordan outmuscled his opponent beautifully. So man on the mark, stands 50. Loads up for the Williams direction. Can he find him? Not on this occasion, but Williams has outmuscled his opponent. Snap came around the body. Lee Williams is happy with that one. Norwood's happy with that one. Goal umpire's happy with that one. And the 6th goal on the board for the Norwood Football Club. They move on to 6-5-41. Balwyn 4-1-25. 14 minutes gone, second term, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That just perfectly demonstrates Lee Williams' talent, all-round talent as a footballer. Found the space on the lead, was strong enough to get in front of his opponent, dropped the mark unfortunately, but the recovery was quick, and the finish from ground level for a big man on the outside of the right boot, the Bunana, the Czech side from South Australia, was just phenomenal.
Well, it was only a few minutes ago the Balwyn were having a shot to get in front, and now it is Norwood by 16 points. The clearing kick, though, this time for the Tigers makes its whole way up to the to their forward 50. Stewie Hill gave a little don't argue, fell over, picked himself back up. Speak of the devil, Brent English got the handball out wide. Now Norwood can move it up towards the half-forward line. It was a good stretch and a good grab too, taken there by McCubbin. He'll go back now. He's presented well already in this game. He kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Holmes just wasn't in the right position there and chopped off by Jared Goldsack.
I'm worried about the Wright-Williams matchup too. I think it's Pendlebury going off is really unbalanced them, I think.
Well, the intended target there was for Broadhurst, but David Johnson stood up to the task. He's going to go backwards. It is a little bit risky. Declan, handball over the top to English, usually a good user of the football, switches it out wide, and here's Stewie Hill, winds around on that familiar left boot, who was put under a bit of pressure as he released the football, but the kick found out towards the McCubbin direction. He was brilliantly tackled. That's a fantastic tackle by Jackson Weatherall to keep the ball alive, and Geordie Buckingham will come in and bounce the football on the far side of Bayswater Oval. Huge crowd in attendance today. Cutchin got a little knockdown. That was good by Ryan. Weatherall, scrambling kick gained about 30 metres or so. Bate sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
It's a real issue at the moment for Balwyn in some ways. McMahon ineffective at the moment. Pendlebury off. Some key players that are really not being part of their contributors, and I think that's where you're seeing them falling down a little bit.
Rennie Gilchrist hasn't had a lot of it either. English, left boot kick over the boundary line and out of bounds. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast today. It is the biggest game of the year in the Eastern Football League, the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. The kick now for Balwyn. Oh, it was, I think, stolen by Fraser in the end. There was a bit of a raffle between himself and Gisbert, but it's been paid the mark, Liam Fraser. And he'll send the ball forward. He goes in towards the Barker direction, but it wasn't a good
Too
kick.
rushed. Just didn't even push back on the mark. Had to kick over the man on the mark, and it was always going to spell turnover.
Cormax pushed himself down to the half back line, just takes it inside the arc. Short
Very
passes on. Goebbels was there to lay some pressure, but Johnson took the mark. He moves it out wide. Zach McCubbin.
It's been super.
Yeah, he's got a lot of the football, especially on this wing. Switches it into Matty Bate. Great to have a chat with him earlier on in the week on the huddle. Short passes on. That was a good play. Declan, another player who's getting a fair bit of the football as well and using it well. It spots up Bull. Bull kicks the ball inside forward 50. Well, it looked like there could have been a free kick being paid there, but instead the mark has been taken and Norwood will go back and through that man, Lee Williams, who just outmuscled his opponent really there. I was expecting a free to be paid and he just took it.
Buddy Franklin like that. He just decided that I'm just going to remove you from the contest. Just threw him away. Just a pure strength contest, that one.
Did it right in the nick of time too. Lee Williams, 3 goals this afternoon. Difficult angle. Kicks hard at the ball. I think he snuck this one home. Has come back just in the nick of time. Goal number 4 to Lee Williams. And Norwood, well, they're running away with this one now a little bit in this term. 22 points is the margin on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Is it danger signs yet? Well, we're not too sure. Balwyn still have plenty of time to get a couple of goals and get themselves back into this match. We're almost into time on, and it will, as we cross down boundary side, thanks to Life Care, Damien Watson.
Chris Pendlebury is back on the ground. He's received a little bit of strapping, but it's good news for Balwyn in any case.
Ball back in the middle once again. Norwood just starting to get on top.
Nice.
They'll get the clearance here once again. Great kick there from Poynton. Loads up to the top of the goal square. Wright and Williams fight it out, and it goes over the boundary line through, over the goal line, I should say. Through for one behind. The 6 on the board for Norwood. They move on to 7-6, 48. Balwyn at 4-1-25. Look at Matty Bate, the general, just getting this press organised.
Critic can't be right. He's gone straight down to full forward.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Gone to full forward, he can't be right.
He stood up off the bench too.
McCutcheon. Kicks, finds his target there in Taylor Gilchrist. At half-back, once again, just pressed down. Forced to run back away from McCormick, who gathers a bit of pace. Now Gilchrist gets his kick away.
Kick.
Finds Cross out of side.
They've gone back to mucking around with it.
Cross kicks up towards Hendry. Kick wasn't flash though. And it beats Hill and Hendry over the boundary line and out of bounds.
And this is the difference between them over the from last year to this year. Just their field kicking hasn't been spot on. They've been pressured too much, not being allowed to do what they like to do, and Norwood have been fantastic in that area.
English got it away, found Bull up towards half forward for Norwood, trying to find the fly, couldn't quite do it. Great work here from English. Loads up from 50 out. Can he send this one home? No, across to the face. through for one behind, and another behind on the board for the Norwood Football Club. They move on to 7-7-49, just peppering the goals at the moment. Balwyn 4-1-25, almost time on second term here, Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Just before I hand over, a quick shout out to Evan Johnson, the Division 1 Reserves best and fairest, who's currently in Vancouver watching us live on the stream.
Ah, love
Of course,
it.
brother Dave playing in this afternoon's game.
Life speechy for some. Weather ruled. Short passes on. Taylor Gilchrist takes it. Still a long way from home. Kicking in the middle of the ground. Great mark there by that man, David Johnson. So almost at centre half forward now. Norwood. The ball gets switched across as
Yes,
well.
sir.
Well, I think it's been brought back, is it?
No, it's played the mark.
So another mark's been taken inside forward 50 from Norwood, and it's your man at the moment, isn't it? Zach McCubbin, Seymour.
Yeah, he's got the ball on a string at the moment. He just knows where to go, and he's finding the space. And I don't know what happened, but after the first goal of the quarter, Norwood they're just running past Balwyn now. The Tigers just seem to have stopped.
We saw Williams kick one from a familiar spot only moments ago. Can McCubbin do his bit? He starts it out right. Comes back a fair old way too, but through for a minor score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That's their 8th for the afternoon. 15 scoring shots to 5, so you really can see that they are on top at the moment, aren't they, David?
Oh, definitely, and it's now becoming scoreboard pressure as well.
Well, he might get another chance here. McCubbin, a little grubber kick. That was okay. Cruzeratis was nearly held without the football. Hendry's going to link up okay now. Balwyn will get themselves out of that danger zone. Bouncing football towards McMahon. Backwards to Tregear. Got it back to McMahon. He was under a lot of pressure. Ball scuttles over the boundary line and out of bounds, which is exactly where we're going to head, thanks to live care to Aaron Kirkby Rodia.
Better news for Balwyn as John Milhausen's back on the ground. Looks a little bit stiff though in that left hamstring, but he's back out there.
Very uncharacteristic ball movement then from Balwyn again. Very sloppy with their hands and feet.
Gilchrist of the Taylor variety. Spotted up a teammate there in Fraser, and he's going to work the ball through the middle of the ground now. Handball out wide. Here's Madison Hardiman on the right boot. Squeezes a kick to centre half forward. A bit of a slips catches was attempted there by McMahon at the back of the pack. Picked up by Avery. Links up with Bull, and on the left boot he spots up. Big John O'Wind in the middle of the ground. Johnson was running out wider. Rhett Jordan's out there as well. He'll eventually switch it out there now. Here is the player in Alex Calder. Haven't seen him too much this afternoon. A spearing pass inside forward 50, but to no avail because John Milhausen was playing in front and took the mark.
It didn't get there, but Zach McCubbin was all by himself again on the broadcast wing.
So mark's been taken there by Goebbels, who certainly be wanting to get himself in this match. Fraser takes the mark across the half-back line. This is working themselves a little bit better here. Balwyn moved the ball along the wing, but what was that kick? It went straight down the throat of Declan, who kicked it towards Bull inside forward 50. It's just too easy for them, isn't it? Williams comes out and takes another mark, Davo.
Oh, look, as I say, it's just uncharacteristic with the use of the football by Balwyn at the moment. They've been under pressure. Even when they brought the ball down the wing a moment ago, they had 3 possessions and not one of them actually hit the target. So this is a crucial kick, and the matchup is just not working at the moment. Whether they've got to take the risk and put Pendlebury back there, I'm not sure.
Well, he's kicked 4 goals this afternoon. He'd love to make it 5. He starts it out right. That's the way to do it. You're a classy player, Lee Williams. That's his 5th goal of the afternoon, and Norwood have 8 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 8-8-56, 23 minutes gone in this final term. Balwyn 4-1-25. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Norwood continue to dominate the hit-outs, leading 14-5, and the clearances 10-6. And they've also led inside 50s now this quarter, 12-10.
Cross boundary side, thanks to live care, Aaron Kirkby Rodia.
Boys, John Milhausen is straight back off here and had a bit of a shake of the head, so we'll keep an eye on that, but he was only on for, I reckon, 2 minutes there, so.
Yeah, the look on his face was one of a resigned player to say that that hamstring's no good.
Free kick goes away at Gould, who gets it off. Great work, find Jessup. Jessup from 50, looking for a target, won't quite find it. Has to pick up under a fair bit of pressure here, Goebbels. Finds a target. Skipper and Rennie Gilchrist. Gilchrist gets it away. Kicks up towards centre wing. Barker the target. Great fly. Couldn't quite bring it down, Johnson, but play on. Great work from Balwyn. Up towards the Broadhurst direction, but it's cut off.
Really over. Great mark. Great body work.
His last 10 minutes
He's
has
been
been
good.
really good. Yep.
Solid in defence once again, Matty Ava. Kicks up towards centre wing, commentary side. Rennie Watts put his body on the line and back and head.
Hear the
Not
crunch.
quite right.
I think the fact that Jeff Goebbels had to go down in the back pocket to find a kick just shows that Norwood are well on top here.
Boundary side, thanks to Life Care, Damo.
Well, just following on from what Seymour said, Chris Pendlebury not moving very freely inside that 4 line. He's barely ventured outside the 450.
That's not going to help Balwyn at all. Rennie Watts coming off the ground. They're already probably down 1 in the ruck anyway.
But Connor O'Sullivan's attack on the football then was amazing. He just split that back.
Exactly right. John O'Wynn just outmuscles his opponent. Great work. Now a chance to run. Great work. McCutcheon found a bit of space. Got it off to Shepherd. Shepherd dropped what he probably should have taken. And the free kick goes the way of
Was that a
Norwood.
tackle?
No, I thought it was a push in the back.
Yeah.
Probably had enough purchase. Kicks out wide towards Wynn. Great mark. I'll tell you what, their big men are standing up. Wynn and O'Sullivan have been fantastic so far.
And Matty Ava.
Win inside forward 50, got called to, oh that's unfortunate, got called back onto his line as Brett Jordan marked about 25 metres out from goal. Boundary side, thanks to Lifecare, Damien Watson.
Well, just before Reddy Watts came on earlier, he was receiving treatment in that lower back region, so he's aggravated it once again.
That's not going to help at all. There'll be a free kick going the way of Balwyn. Thanks very much, Damo. So a free kick was paid and a mark anyway to Goldsack. He could clear out the outer side. Hopefully a bit of run now for Balwyn.
And they'll use that far side now. The kick goes up towards the wing position. Here's Madison Hardiman. He arches it back. He had to go one way, then the other. Squeezed a kick up towards the half-forward line. He was looking for Blake Broadhurst, and he couldn't find him over the boundary line. It goes 55 metres out from Balwyn's goal.
And again, we see them go down the far side, and disposal has hurt them in the very end. So the pressure that Norwood are applying is enormous at the moment, and this game could crack open in this third quarter.
If it hasn't already.
Certainly get that feeling. Bait to Gisberts. The ball's been switched out wide, right near the...
Look at Brett English. Right out in front of us here, all on his own. If they do decide to affect the switch.
Well, it could be an option coming up pretty soon here as Bull got the handball away to the skipper, Johnny Holmes. He was going that direction towards Lee Williams again as the siren sounds to announce half-time out here in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. And it's a 31-point lead to the Norwood Football Club, 8-8-56. Balwyn 4-1-25. A great second quarter by the Norwood Football Club there.
Yeah, fantastic effort. And Norwood will go in with a comfortable lead into half-time.